Hello and welcome to my presentation on co-word graphs to design and manufacture knowledge mapping. My name is Dr. James Gopsell and I'm a research fellow for the Centre for Modelling and Simulation and University of Bristol. Knowledge mapping remains a critical activity in engineering organisations, with current techniques for effective mapping employing interviews, consultations and appraisals. One example is a timber construction company that used interviews and surveys with employees on 60 timber structure projects over a 6-month period. So knowledge mapping is a huge endeavour and activity for organisations to undertake. Technical reporting remains one of the main forms of knowledge capture, and the advent of digital document management systems has provided an accessible store that could be used to automatically analyse the knowledge within an organisation using data mining algorithms. So our research question was, can co-word analysis be applied to full body text to identify keywords and topics for an organisation's knowledge map? Co-word analysis is the investigation of the semantic structure of a corpus of textual data through the co-occurrence of terms. We primarily see co-word analysis being used on scientific literature, so be it journal series or conference series, where researchers have pulled out the keywords from the front pages of each of those conferences and journals and look to identify the co-occurrence of those terms between the documents. So a co-occurrence of a keyword on a document would then form a link in the network. That network link would increase in weight and importance if more documents had those two words within it. So what we then create is a co-word network, as you can see on figure 1, which enables then clustering, critical path analysis, and advanced visualization techniques just to be able to understand the knowledge topics that were being discussed in a particular conference or journal series. So we were looking to do that with technical reports in a engineering company and organisation. We were working with the National Composite Centre, and we used a series of technical reports from their R&D corpus. So the National Composite Centre is a world-leading research and development centre for composites, UK composites research, performing lots of projects with industry and academia, precisely in the low TRL levels. So their knowledge discovery is incredibly quick and at a very high rate. So they're looking for new techniques that they can then create knowledge maps that evolve and update on a monthly basis. So the document set today can be detailed in table 1, and we're just taking a subset and seeing if we can apply co-word analysis to the entire data corpus there. So looking at the paragraphs of text as well as the keywords within those. So trying to get an idea of the emerging keywords within the corpus as well as the ones that have been already identified by experts. So what we did then is create that co-word network through the document set, and we were then looking to see if the graph properties can actually elicit keywords. So we had a series of experts identify a set of keywords within those technical documents as well as a set of non-keywords. We then looked at the properties of those keywords within the graph and looked at their document frequency, degree, weighted degree, eigenvector centralities. And what we found out is actually the graph properties were statistically significant in identifying or being able to distinguish between a word or a bigram that was key or non-key to an expert, or what they would consider useful for identifying topics and knowledge within the corpus. We then took the subset of keywords, identifying those within that network, and looked to see how clustering techniques could be used to identify topics within the corpus. So we also compared those with a set of clustering performed by experts at the NCC. So taking the same keywords and manually clustering them to a clustering technique automatically applied to the network. What we found was that even though the network clustered very well using the automated algorithmic methods, that the actual clusters, if you compared them to the clustering that the experts performed, they did not correlate that well. They were actually identifying different types of topic within that. one suggestion is actually, because we're analysing the entire technical report, it may be that the linking between the keywords within those reports is more procedural than what you might think as more of a knowledge map or knowledge topic. So more work is required there to understand what kind of topics it's actually generating from those clustering activities. So just to conclude, t-tests were showing that graph properties can be used to distinguish bigrams or keywords within those networks. And partitioning did perform well in identifying topics, but those topics were not typical of what an expert would perceive as a topic, a knowledge topic. So more work needs to be done to understand what the difference is between those clustering methods. So the DMF Lab, we are keen to collaborate on any knowledge management data science activities. We have been doing this for a number of years now, so keen to share our knowledge and share our algorithms with people. So please check us out at dmflab.co.uk. So thank you for your attention, and I look forward to hearing your questions.